What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of Culture Minute, and we got a special one for you guys today. I am Gentel, Sharrie.
I'm Sarina, Renee, the one-stop shop.
It's your boy, King Jaquel Martin, actor, director. You feel me?
Yes, and we also was in the 55th NAACP Image Awards. We had our first outing as a team. Culture Minute 24/7 live culture was in the building, not just us, but also a few other team members like Omar Cook. You know, we was in the building. We was in the building, and it was amazing just to see all the Black excellence, to see the host, Queen Latifah, be able to host the NAACP Awards for her birthday as well. She changed within like 4 different outfits. Erica Alexander was able to welcome her on stage with a happy birthday. And her and Taraji even had some correspondence about being paid as a Black actress in Hollywood. And it was a special moment too, because they called out all the Black actresses to stand up. And me and Sarina were able to stand up with all the elites in the room. I mean, we elite, but like we're gonna be on that level soon. It was just it was a special moment.
Right. It definitely was a special moment. I was actually looking forward to Queen Latifah performing. I wanted her to perform Unity so bad. Like, if she would have performed UNITY, that would have been like so dope. Like, oh my gosh, it would have been an icing on the cake. You know, both me and Gentel and King at one point, we were all sitting behind Vivica Fox, and you know, it was just an amazing atmosphere. Like Gentel said, to be in the room with Black excellence and, you know, just being a part of, you know, the elite. Like she said, we're going to be there one day and we're going to be the ones getting the award and for our hard work and dedication and things like that. And the fact that we were able to come together as a team and enjoy that moment, it was amazing. Then Oprah came out and she just really shocked us. Like, what?
Yeah, that was wild. We wasn't expecting that.
Huh?
Oh, no, keep going.
Oh, last time I saw Oprah, it was like 2017, 2018 when we were filming. Filming David McMahon in Orlando, Florida, and she actually produced that. It was her, Michael B. Jordan, Terrell McCraney, and that was a super dope a TV series, and that was actually my first big project that I ever worked on with SAG actors and things like that. So, you know, that actually kind of opened the doorway for me, and then from there I started working with Tyler Perry, so on and so forth. But let's get back to the NAACP Awards. I'm talking about, you had Usher that was there that won an award. You had New Edition that was there that won an award. You know, you had Fantasia. Oh my gosh, her speech was so heartfelt and so amazing. Like, I actually felt like I wanted to run around that stadium like I was at church and I wanted to shout. You understand? Because I understand her grind. I understand where she come from. You talking about somebody, a woman that was the underdog in the industry. Everybody had something to say when she first came out. Call her ghetto, call her this, you know, talked about her teeth at one point. Like, she went through the ringer, and to see the beautiful flower that she is today, with class, intelligent, can speak very well. You know, there was one point people were talking about her because she couldn't read. Look at her. How you came out, you can't read, but you one of the elites now in the acting industry, in the film industry for Color Purple. Come on now. God will turn things around. God will turn things around for you if you have faith and believe in yourself. Irregardless of what people have to say, you know, you tune out the noise and just allow God to continue to develop you in your craft, and always have faith in everything that you want to do when it comes to this industry, your dreams, aspirations, and goals. I know y'all didn't want that little motivational piece, but I had to throw
it in. Y'all need to get it. Y'all gonna get it today, though. You're gonna get it.
But I'm gonna pass it over to you, King. Go ahead.
First of all, we are wave. If we don't know how amazing we are, then y'all missed out on a beautiful example of how Black people are the wave. Everybody came out in their Sunday's best. I love my people. We look so amazing. We have so much talent. We are so diverse, and it was so much love in the building. That is what I'm talking about. And that's how we get to create the changes we want to see when we come together on something like that, not just for an award show, but just as people in general. If y'all missed it, man, y'all missed one for the ages. I promise you, the energy was different. Just the energy of just seeing who was there. Just the energy of all the smiling faces, just the energy people put into their outfits. So like it was different for Queen Latifah to come out the way she did and set the tone, for New Edition to talk about how we've watched their growth over their whole lifetime. For Usher to get on stage and not and honor his mother, to honor just Black women, for them to have all the Black actresses just stand up to know their worth. I promise you, this moment right here was priceless. And I'm just so grateful to Gentel and Sarina for inviting me and allowing me to be in the building with y'all. We had amazing seats. It was a vibe, and we got to take some pictures, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the little photographer, you know what I mean? And matter of fact, shout out to Drew. Drew Lights, my boy Drew, who actually does do Getty's images. He was in the building. I want to show him some love too. It was just an amazing time.
It was. Shout out to Andrew. And we literally saw all of our faves that night. I mean, with the winners, Usher, like you said, Sarina, won Entertainment of the Year. Color Purple won Outstanding Motion Picture. Coleman Domingo won Outstanding Actor for Rustin. Fantasia, like you said, Sarina, won Outstanding Actress. Then Coleman Domingo took home another NAACP with The Color Purple with Outstanding Supporting Actor. I mean, Taraji P. Henson won Supporting Actress. The Color Purple won Outstanding Motion Picture. I mean, they were racking up awards. Elementary won. Mike Epps won. Quinta Brunson won. I mean, a lot of people won some awards at the NAACP, and it was really, like you said, King, it was just priceless. I've never seen all my favorite people in one room that I like literally look up to.
Yeah.
It literally gave me a new boost of energy this week that what I saw that night is obtainable.
Yes.
It's obtainable.
Yes. And guess what? It's a preview. It's a preview of what's to come. And the funny thing is the business is way smaller than what you think. And that's how you got to be careful how you treat people, because I saw a lot of my friends in the building. Even though they're not the, what do I say, A-list actors yet, it was just nice to see your friends who you make projects with, who you went to school with, who you see going through this grind, because everybody can't live this LA, want to become an actor lifestyle or director or production or crew. Everyone can't live it. So for those who are still in the building, still fighting the good fight, it was beautiful to see y'all. And that's just a preview of when we continue being excellent in our consistency of our work, that we'll be just on stage just like everyone else.
Absolutely. And, I go to these events all the time. And I remember the first time I went to the BET Awards, I literally said, I'm going to be here one day as a recipient. Yeah. And every time I go to these awards, it feels like I get closer and closer and closer. Like, y'all seeing how I was moving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You was moving, Sarina. Yeah. Listen, Sarina taught me a lot that night, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, I mean, when you're around, I see them as my peers and my colleagues. Right. From Usher to Keke Palmer to Taraji. I was able to reconnect with Megan Good. Haven't seen her since before the pandemic. We ran into each other a couple of times. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I remember you." Then KJ Smith, I got to hug her neck, and then talk to her a little bit. Like, those are my colleagues. These are people that we're going to be working with. You feel what I'm saying? They're going to be presenting us awards at one point.
Yeah. Talk about it.
When you're in these rooms, you have to move like you're already there.
Wait, say that one more time, Sarina, for the people in the back of the church. Say that one more time.
When you're in these rooms, you have to move like you're already there. You understand? Because God puts you in those rooms for a reason. And I remember going back to the Essence Hollywood House. One thing that we talked about this on the previous podcast. I forgot the young lady's name, but she said something along the lines. The reason why you're in the building is because they need you there. God know they need you there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, if people look and say, oh, well, you're just there because somebody invited you, but I'm there. You saw me on TV. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we just got to keep grinding. I'm glad that you guys both had the experience that you have, because things like this, especially for people like us in this industry, we need to see, we need to sit, we need to be in the mix, we need to be in the atmosphere, because when you have the faith and you can touch what your faith can see, and you're actually there in the natural,
yeah,
you about to elevate.
Yeah,
Every time.
Look,
Every single time.
It's such a small world. You said you were on David Makes Man?
Yeah.
Do you know Isaiah Washington?
Yes. What is he in LA? He was in LA.
Watch this. Me and Isaiah went to high school together.
Really?
Me and Isaiah went to high school together in Alaska. We both graduated from Bartlett High School in Alaska. So when you said, like, what? Exclusive. I never knew that she was on David Makes Men until she
Wow. So is he still in LA?
He's in Atlanta right now. He's going back and forth.
Okay.
But it's funny because you said that, and that's how small the world is. You never know. And I didn't know. She didn't know I knew this information. So when she said that, I was like, yo, do you know my boy Isaiah? Because Isaiah, that's my guy.
Yeah, we connected, and we were on social media at one point, and then all of a sudden I haven't seen him in a minute. So I'm like,
doing good, doing well.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because he was like, yeah, whenever you come to LA, we got to meet up. And then when I come to LA, he's always on set of doing something. I didn't know that he moved to ATL. That's good.
He's always working. And then the funny thing is, you never know who's going to blow up. Because me and Keith Powers won an award. Me and Keith were just in class together. We were in acting school together. And now I get to celebrate my bro winning. You don't know when it's going to be your turn. So never hate on someone else because it's their turn. Cheer them on, because you're going to want someone to cheer for you if you get that opportunity. You got to be happy for other people, man. You got to celebrate other people. And that's why I'm so excited I get to celebrate Gentel and Sarina for all the different blessings that we got. Because as the show goes on, you'll hear that we all had 3 different experiences at the same show. But yet all still be happy for each other despite the experience that we went through. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into the good, we gonna get into some tea, but y'all gotta be happy. You gotta be happy.
Yeah, because the thing about it is everybody can eat. It might not be on the same day, but I mean, it's room for everybody to eat. Everybody, what's for you is for you. What's for the other person is for the other person. But be grateful for what you have, because everybody can't be at this level. Like, though they can get to the point, but I mean, when you're there, it's
right. And that's funny that you said that, because you remember after the show, we had access to go to the gifting suite, but security was so heavy and they were like really tripping. I had to tell one of the security guards, you remember, King, I was like, calm down, like y'all be doing too much. But anyway, so we had access to the gifting suite, and somehow Gentel didn't make it through. King was on the other side of the building, so I made it through.
I was by the ceiling. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'll tell y'all why I was at the ceiling.
So anyway, to your point, everybody got to eat. We looking out for each other. So while we're in this week, I started getting stuff for my girl, because it's not just about me. I was like, hey, do you mind if I get some extra hair product for my homegirl? And I was making sure she was straight, even when she was outside. And I tried to go back there and get her, and she was gone. But it's about really being there for each other, no matter what. Even in her absence, I was still there for her.
Now, I appreciate that, because some people don't be looking out. Like, you can be at an event and some people can act like they don't know you, but then the next day they know you. Or they, what I'm saying? They act, they be acting funny, acting a little bit.
And that's a blessing too. Please act funny. It's okay.
Yes, please act funny. Please act funny.
Thank you for showing me who you are. And
Thank you.
Look, y'all can rewind the tape, right? The first thing Gentel said was, one of my proudest moments was when I saw Sarina getting her photo taken with Usher on Getty's Images. Not hate, not wish I wish I was there, not wish I was in the picture. I'm just happy for Sarina winning.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because that was lit. That was lit. Because she already had pictures with Usher. I was like, oh, you met Usher?
Yeah.
The Getty, I was like, oh, whoa, you need to frame this, bitch.
Right? It's so crazy because Sarina talked about always being there before. I did stand-in, right? And when I did stand-in, I got to do the practice speeches or whatever else, where you hold the award, you go to the podium, you practice a speech. And I was faking like I was crying. And the director was like, nah, do it for real. I will never forget that. Because when I did it for real, it became real. But this is what I want y'all to remember this, right? There was a time and place where we wished that we could go to something like that. There was a time and place where we only saw them on television. There was a time and place where we only imagined that, hey, I could be an actor one day. But the funny part about it is we're no longer imagining it. We're actually living the lifestyle right
now.
Daily way. I live in Hollywood, bro. I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan. I'm from the hood. I'm from nothing. I live in Hollywood.
Yes.
Opportunity and my dream is right now. I'm receiving my award right now. So just because you didn't get the award or whatever else, I'm in the building. That's a reward enough. These are the stepping stones. These are the seeds in order to finally, that one day, you get the award. Because anybody who's gotten the award right now, and shout out to all the winners, if you look at their timeline, you'll see that they had to grow into that position.
For instance, Damson was like 6 years later.
Yeah. Hey, Gentel, do you know me now?
Right.
Do you know me now?
Right.
At one point in time, he didn't know me, but I guarantee in due time you will. So don't get mad when somebody don't know you.
Absolutely.
Just keep doing the work, and the work, people will get to know you through your work, not what you say.
Yes, and to kind of jump off your point real quick. So in 2014, I've always been a fan of Taraji. Like, that's my girl. I love her. She's one of like my top favorite actresses. I literally DM'd her in 2014 because I looked back at the messages the other night. And, you know, of course, she's a celebrity, so they don't see everything. And sometimes they don't respond, which is fine. But it was a full circle moment. I literally DM'd her and was like, you are my idol. You know, I just need one shot. I could play your, like, you know, TV daughter or whatever. You know, just do my shot. You know, it's still in the DMs. One day she'll read it. One day she'll read it. But I was able to take a picture with her and meet her at the NAACP Image Awards. And that was like literally the highlight of my moment because I never thought, like, I didn't know when I was going to meet her, but just to meet her, like, gave me a whole different, like, momentum. I don't know. It just made me feel like I am in the right place at the right time. And it's going to happen for me. It might not happen for me now, but like the future is bright. Like, I don't know, that literally did something to me.
Like a full circle moment for you? It was like a full circle moment for you?
It was.
It was so funny because like when she came back and she was just smiling, I didn't know what Gentel wanted to go do. You know, we were doing our intermission and she was like, I'll be back. I was like, okay. So she came back and she had like this biggest, brightest smile, like a kid in a candy store. I was like,
yeah.
She took a picture with Taraji. I was like, oh, that was, and it was like a genuine moment. It wasn't like she was fanning out or anything. Yeah. It was like I finally met the person that inspired me, right? But it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you know, it was Taraji. Da, da, da. No, it was like, now I know that my dream is touchable.
Literally, you just said it right there perfectly.
I looked at your face and you was just like, it was one of those aha moments like, hey, this really happened. Like you was taking it all in and I was really happy for you for that.
Thank you. No, I went to go see Erica's team because Erica mentors me. So I went to go see Furley, who she mentors too, and one of my like really best friends. And I went to go say hi to them. But Erica, you know, went on stage to do the stuff with Queen Latifah. And then I saw Taraji sitting in front of their row. And I'm like, this is my chance. Like, since everybody up, you know, intermission, people be mingling. So I was like, let me just go and speak, introduce myself, you know, just a quick little moment. She was so sweet, down to earth. And I was like, that's what I needed. Because some days, you know what your mind is set to, but you still have those moments where you feel like, is it going to happen? But like that moment was like, you're good, Gentel.
Yeah, right. You know, it's funny that you said you had that moment because y'all know I got assaulted by the police. And I actually did the Roland Martin show. But I didn't get to meet Roland Martin because he wasn't working that day. So I got to go up to Roland and have an amazing conversation with Roland because my friend was actually his news anchor. So her name is Therese Garnier. She used to be a reporter for Newsly for the Pentagon. She actually covered my story and got me on the Roland Martin show. And I actually got a chance to tell Roland, thank you in person about covering my story because I don't have to be here. But I am, and for God to give me the opportunity to meet him, it was just such a dope full circle moment to tell him thank you. I appreciate him for just standing up for us.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shoot, we all was mingling. I know, Sarina, you met some other people. You met Maxine. You got a powerful picture with her.
Yeah, Maxine Waters is actually one of the most powerful women in politics. She represent the U.S. congressional for the California district, and it's so crazy because I've always seen her at so many political events and everything, and I've always be like, we'll talk in passing, or I speak to her, but we never got a picture together. And I was like, I need to get a picture with this lady, and I told her that. I was like, every time I see you, we always talk, but we never get a picture. And she was like, we gonna change that tonight, baby. Come on.
Hey.
So
Wow.
I was like, do that. And it was impactful to me because, Maxine Waters, she embodies a Black woman that's strong, that stands 10 toes down in what she believes. She doesn't waver. She fights for what she wants. And, she won't let up and unless she get it. Or, of course, sometimes you ain't gonna get what you want all the time, but she ain't gonna go down without a fight. And I love that about her. And, just being a representative in our Black community for Black women, it's impactful to me. And it's always good to see her every single time, we run into each other.
That's amazing.
It was vibes.
It was. So let's talk about these red carpet looks. Who do you feel like had the best red carpet look of the night?
Sarina.
I think Fantasia had the best red carpet look. She was so classy, regal, elegant. I just love how everything fit her body, right. There wasn't nothing out of place. Her hair was on point. Like, she was just like, I don't know.
I agree. I loved it. To God be the glory.
Yes.
Her speech.
Yes.
Man, when she was like, I don't even know what to say. Her speech was so raw.
It was.
It came from such a loving and genuine place. I think her speech inspired so many people because a lot of people start the way Fantasia started,
Yep.
For her to be in that position, she becomes a beacon of light, so her speech was, it had me teared up, ain't gonna cap. Beautiful. It was really beautiful. But outfit of the night, I give it to Queen Latifah when she first came out. Yeah, I think.
Okay. I get that too.
Yeah,
but between Queen Latifah and Fantasia, I like her second look. But yeah, Fantasia, to me, she took that hands down.
Another one of my favorite looks was Andra's Day, her blue outfit with the fur. It was fire. I know we really couldn't see it when she was sitting down singing, but if you guys look on her Instagram later, like, that blue was
kicking. I saw it. Yeah, that was cute. And I love her rendition of the song. That was so beautiful. I love when they do like the tributes of people that passed. That's a great way to, like, really give back and remember the people that gave into our community. One of the pictures that hit me hard was Harry Belafonte, because I had the pleasure of meeting him and taking my daughter when she was in middle school to sit under him while he was teaching a class on Black history. And she didn't even know who Harry Belafonte was, so I had to tell her, it's the guy, Dale, D-Day. She's like, oh. And see, at that time, he was like really old in a wheelchair, so he wasn't like, he wasn't in the greatest shape, but the wisdom that was coming out of his mouth, it was just like so impactful, man. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to meet him, to touch his hand, and to hear the words of wisdom and his experience of being a Black person from Black person in the industry when Black people really wasn't in the industry, just the stories of him being an advocate, walking alongside Martin Luther King as well. Like, those stories are things that will be told for generations to come. They're not going to make it to the history books, obviously, but just hear from our elders. I love sitting under our elders because you hear so many unsung stories about, you learn about a lot of unsung heroes and things like that. And that really did something to me. I kind of teared up on that. I had to take a picture of Harry because, that was a special moment for me when I actually met him and touched his hand. So
That's beautiful.
mhm.
It's funny because you remember when they were showing all the people that passed, the way I looked at it was one, thank you for everything that they've done. And then I said, you know what? One day I'm gonna be one of those people.
You know what? I thought the same thing, King, like no lie. And that was the first time me ever thinking something like that.
Yeah, I was like, man, yeah.
Wow.
I was like, one day that'll be me with my picture from the day I was born to the day that I passed. And so the question that it made me ask myself is, well, what will my legacy be while I'm alive? Right now. So that way I can be remembered the way I want to be remembered. What will I be able to pass on? Because I'm looking at all these amazing people. And of course, everyone's lives matter, right? But when I'm looking at these boards of actors and all the different things that they have accomplished on their journey of life, I want to be able to sit back and reflect of what did I do? And did I make sure that I was prepared for the blessing and everything that I'm asking for? So it made me recalibrate my own mindset about the things that I want to do, the things that I want to create, the things I want to act in, and make sure that I'm positioning myself to make sure that comes true before my day of expiration runs out, because we don't know what it's going to be. Yeah. So I just had a moment reflecting. I was just looking like, wow, I'm honored by not just you, but I'm honored by your discipline and your work and the things that you've accomplished in that timeline.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that I handle business during my timeline, because I know eventually it's going to run out.
Yeah. That's deep.
What made you think about that?
I didn't even think I didn't think that, like, for both of y'all to think that, that's
Yeah, I think mine was a little different. I don't really like to to speak on, that kind of stuff, because, it's a scary thing for me to one day we're not going to be here. I wish we could live forever. But I was just thinking, like, I don't know. I don't really want to speak on, I don't want to really speak on those thoughts. On, like, your thought was good, King. I don't want to speak on my thought, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. And you don't have, I respect that as well. It's just, when I just saw it, I just thought it was beautiful. Beautiful to look over their timeline of life. And when I look at, like, wow, I'm here. And there's so much more that I want. Because, like, have you all ever prayed for something? Like, we all wanted to be actors, and then we got it. And then when we got on set, we finally booked our first commercial. We finally booked our first movie. We finally directed our first film or whatever. We're like, there's so much more I want. Thank God I'm here. But okay, God, there's so much more that I want to get. And now I got to make sure that I'm hungry enough and I stay consistent enough to make it happen. And that's why I think, us going to the award show was beautiful, because we didn't just see Taraji and everyone else get their awards. In our own imagination, we were manifesting, seeing ourselves in those positions just as well. And we're a lot closer to it happening from the day when we started thinking about this.
Yeah, we're a lot closer. And on that note, we're going to take a quick little break. Oh, did you want to say something, Sarina?
Yeah, let me say a little something. Okay, so I remember one time, I'm gonna wrap it up real fast, but I remember one time I went to the BET Awards, and it was either BET Awards or the NAACP Awards, but Jamie Foxx had won an award, and he was reflecting on his timeline from, when he first started into the industry, and all I can't even talk. From the first time he got into the industry all the way up until he got his award. So basically he was saying how, he was invited by this person. I can't say his name because he got some heat in the industry right now. The person invited him to a house for a party or whatever. And Jamie Foxx was like, I'm going to outdo you with my party and everything. But Jamie didn't have a big house like that because he just started in the industry. So what he did, he was like, at first he was kind of embarrassed to invite Jay-Z, Missy Elliott, all of the people that we grew up watching, MC Eliah, all of them, right? So he ended up inviting them anyway. So what he did was he turned his little small apartment into, not only, because everybody wasn't even really at that time popular, right? And this is something I want to do eventually with everybody that I came in contact with that's trying to, get to the next level. So in his little apartment, he had Jay-Z, he had the person I ain't gonna say no name, he had MC Light, Queen Latifah, like all those people that was up and coming, Eve, all of them. And what he did is he turned that into a motivational piece. He was like, one day we are going to be the moguls.
Yeah.
He was like, this is our starting point.
Yeah.
And they were just like, just talking about how they're going to elevate. And guess what? Every last person in their room, we all know them.
Yeah. And they used to throw the little talent shows where they'll go there and they would all perform and everything else. And they'll show their talents or whatever else. And it turned into one of the biggest things in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I eventually want to do something like that because we're next. We're up next. We're the next generation.
We are.
Celebrity. You understand? So.
And guess what? You're never too old for it to happen because all you got to do is look at the young lady from Black Panther. I think she was like 89 or 90 years old or whatever. Yeah. And she was a star in one of the biggest movies that has ever been talked about worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're never too old. We're going to take a quick break and give a shout out to our proud sponsors, 24/7 Live Culture. And we are back from commercial break. We have been talking about the amazing 55th NAACP Image Awards. As Sarina was saying in the first half, Oprah surprised all of us. When she came out, literally everybody's mouths hit the floor. So whatever people were talking on the net, how they don't mess with Oprah, you couldn't tell at the NAACP because everybody got on their feet when Oprah came out. And Oprah was looking snatched. She was looking snatched. She looked good. Oprah did look good. And Tyler Perry, he was back there backstage. I saw him in some pictures.
Yeah. It was cool to see Oprah come to the stage. I have a couple of friends that have worked with Oprah that's on her television show. I will say that I believe that it was very unexpected. I believe a lot of people didn't believe that Oprah was in the building. And so when Oprah did come out, even Usher said, hey, I wasn't expecting you to be here, but I'm happy you're here. So I think her presence surprised a lot of people, but thank Ms. Oprah for all that she's done, all that she continues to do. And it was great to see her come out there and the crowd go silent. The tension, the energy, all of it was just really intriguing, I will say.
It was very intriguing. I low-key had a video because I was taking I was taking a little video of myself or whatever. Literally, when they said Oprah Winfrey, you could see everybody in the back of my video, their mouths were like,
yeah.
I think it was a full circle moment for Usher too, because I don't know if you guys remember, but in the 90s, when Usher first came into the industry, she was the first interview that he had.
Yep.
So the whole full circle moment, and I just thought that was so beautiful. I've worked with Oprah before, and some of the things that was said about the production side of it is true. However, in her defense, I feel like Oprah don't know exactly what happens on set, because she had people that's under her. Now, what's
saying that though? You were saying how some people don't know because she's not in every aspect.
She's in every aspect, but when she got word of what was going on, she fixed it. So that's the only thing I can respect her for in reference to that. But back to the NAACP Awards, you're absolutely right. Irregardless of people saying what they had to say about her, even Taraji was happy to see her, and other people that may have said things about her that I know have said things about her, they were still in awe at the presence that she was there. She looked amazing. Oprah is a powerhouse in what she does. And as a Black girl in media, she's been there from the early 80s. You know what I mean? So to be, for us, me and you, to be a Black girls in the media and to be in the room with her, we know we're in the right place.
Yes, literally. And I know Taraji even thanked Oprah at the end of her speech. And I felt like that was cool for her to do that because now people are like, okay, there's really no beef, because people were speculating that it was beef between them. But when she thanked her, it was like, okay, that was confirmation
Yeah. And I going back to my point, I believe that Oprah really didn't know what was going on. So the fact that she rectified what happened with Taraji, then Taraji, of course, she was upset about it. Like, dang, Oprah, you gonna do us like that? Like, I'm Taraji. This Fantasia. This is Chloe. Like,
Talent.
you know, because on the surface, you will think, okay, this is Oprah's production. She should know what's going on. But the fact that, she had to rectify what the situation was, I think they gained more respect for her in reference to that, in that regard. So
I think two things can be right at the same time. But at the end of the day, I do love the fact that they were able to acknowledge each other. I'm happy they were able to acknowledge each other with love, because a lot of times these situations can go a different way. But as far as representation, that someone couldn't misconstrue the Black community for being negative or being toxic or not knowing how to be loving towards each other, even on an award show. I'm glad that that didn't happen. I'm glad the way we were represented was in a beautiful light, because people could have disagreements. That's okay. But as long as you find love in the end of it, I thought that was a really beautiful thing, especially when it comes to representation of our people.
yeah, absolutely. And one thing I was going to say too is, I wish Monique was in the building. Everybody named Mama was in the building, but I wish Monique was in the building, and I wish her and Oprah would have had a moment, of apology, of sisterhood, of, like King said, we can disagree, we can agree to disagree, but still respect each other at the same time. I thought that would have been a beautiful moment if that would have happened.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's talk about this let out after party. Now, I didn't make it to the after party, but I low-key wish I did. We ain't gonna talk about not making it, but man, I saw some people up in there. I know Sarina, you saw everybody.
And they're like, and King, don't make that face. Cause I tried.
It hurts, y'all. It hurts. I couldn't get in. It hurts.
Well, how was the process for that? For the act? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, like,
You had to have a ticket and a purple wristband to get in.
Well, that, and then credentials, right? So, and then know somebody that knows somebody to a certain extent. Because even with that, people, I mean, the security people were just like, nah, whatever. But I ain't gonna tell y'all how I got in.
Yeah, we don't need all that. We don't need to know all that.
Yeah, cause I ain't finna blow my little cover. Y'all ain't finna mess me up.
Hey, shout out to security for doing a good job. Security, y'all was on y'all job.
Yeah, the security was on their job. They were on their job. It was exclusive. Okay.
Yes, like everybody that was in there. I got the chance to speak to Claudia Jordan and chop it up with her. I've seen Claudia in the media, and just to see her growth in the industry and who she is today, unapologetically, talk her talk and stand 10 toes down about what she say and what she believe. I told her, I respect that, and to continue to be that person and be that light. Lorik from the Oval, me and him chopped it up every time we see each other at Awards, NAACP. Well, we always see each other at an award show, and we were able to chop it up. I was able to hang out with New Edition and their wives while Ludacris was on the stage performing. Then I was dancing with Keke Palmer and her crew. Like, and
and you was chopping it up with Kyla Pratt and some BET people.
So it was funny because I saw Kyla Pratt, we were shopping it up, and she was like, "Cousin," it was an all around amazing night. We did the electric slide. Roland Martin was on there on the dance floor doing his thing like he always do. Yeah. So yeah, it was really fun, and it's so crazy because when I go to these events, I always have my head in like business mode. I got to get networking in, whatever. But I really let my hair down. I was really dancing and just really having an overall good time. I haven't danced like that in a very long time. I'm glad, first of all, my phone had died at one point. So I'm glad about that because I was living in the moment. And I'm also glad, and I hope nobody got me dancing on their video and then circling around in the social media. Right. So yeah, let's just pray about that. You know what I'm saying?
What was you doing?
Huh?
What kind of dancing was you doing?
Huh?
What kind of dancing were you doing?
Internet, connect. The internet is messing up. Connect. The Wi-Fi ain't Wi-Fi.
Little Christmas bite, get low, so show
Bend over to the front, touch your toes.
Yes. Oh, and then what's the one girl name? I thought it was Brittany Garner, but she's another NBA star. Oh, whatever. So we were swagging and surfing together, So it was a real good vibe. And then the food, oh my gosh.
Oh, the food looked amazing.
Baby. Because the food, well, first of all, let's go back to the NAACP Awards. Me and Gentel was trying to find something to eat or whatever. They didn't have nothing but chips. How you gonna have chips and liquor?
The bar closed early.
The bar closed early. I don't even drink like that. And it's crazy because I'm like, I know we Black, but dang, chips and liquor. Come on now. I saw one video where Eve was talking to a little boy, and it was a lady in the background. You saw it, and she was in the background eating. She was looking mad too, and she was just eating. So somebody in the comments was like, "What does she eat?" And I said, "Girl, she eating chips because that's all they had in the kitchen."
Yeah, because I honestly didn't eat all day because the whole day we're kind of preparing to go to the awards show. You're ripping and running, so I'm thinking like, well, we're gonna get something to eat there. That was like the only thing. I did wish there was a little bit more food, at least for us to buy.
Yeah. And the thing is, they normally have food there. I don't know what was going on with that venue because there was a lot of hiccups that we're not going to talk about that. We're going to focus on the good parts of it. But yeah, that's what happened. But the food that was at the after party, I'm talking about the shrimp and grits. The grits was so creamy. We had fried green tomatoes. I'm sorry, King.
Look at King's face. King got to hide his face. King got to hide his face.
We had seafood. I think it was they had fish, and it was amazing. Everything was fresh. Then what is it? I don't drink. I think it was Don Julian or something like that. They had a whole little bar area. Everywhere you went, it was like an activation with the the Dillion or whatever it was, Julio, whatever it was, bar. And it was amazing.
It's gonna be more.
I'm happy for it. Just hurt.
I know.
To get you in, dog. Tell me I ain't trying to get you in.
You did. You should love. It just wasn't. But I didn't get in. I was outside waiting, hoping and praying. But I met some cool. Go ahead, love.
No, I was gonna say because people have been hitting me up on the East Coast and was like, "Oh, I'm coming to LA now." Everybody want to come to LA now that I posted this picture with Usher. I've been posting pictures with all these celebrities, but now y'all want to come to LA when I post.
Because Usher is entertainer of the year. He is that guy. He been that guy. He is that guy. We all know that guy.
Right. But he's the homie though. Like, you feel me? But at the end of the day, so everybody like.
Wait. I got you then. Versus battle. Who wins? Chris Brown or Usher?
Usher.
Let me finish what I'm about to say, then we'll talk about that. So everybody hit me up talking about hey, I'm coming to LA. When is the next awards? And I'm trying to tell these people, I'm letting you know right now. You might won't be able to move like I move. You won't be able to get into everything. So King and Gentel, would you tell the people if you come with Sarina to an award show, there's no guarantee that you're going to be in the areas I'm going to be in.
It's no guarantee. I mean, we're all going to have different experience. You will have a good experience, but don't expect, you're going to get all access because it is levels.
Yes. Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Like you can. That's the thing. Like people can see all this stuff on social media, but you really have to have that access pass to really get into this stuff. Like for real, to get a Getty with Usher, you gotta have. You might not be. We was even with Sarina that night. We wasn't even backstage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Right.
I tried to get my people in, but it wouldn't happen.
Up on that part, I looked down at my phone and I saw dance, and I was like, and then that shit just. Y'all went in and I was like, fuck, I missed the shit. Sorry.
Keep that in here.
But I'm saying it to say, just to clear the air, because a lot of people do be reaching out to me, asking me about going to different award shows, because I go to them all the time. And when I tell them, hey, it's no guarantee I can get y'all in. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm acting funny, but security is really tight. Like it's not a game. So. And
you can't wear your feelings on your sleeve. Like you can't be like, oh, they got in, but I didn't get in. Of course we're going to feel, you know, we might be like, dang, we didn't get in, but you can't like hate on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? And
I'm hating.
well, we ain't hating, King. We know it's just like, you know, I feel like the feelings that you're feeling is like a normal feeling. You know what I'm saying? But when you do things out of spite, because some people can be spiteful afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like when they see another person, you know, do something that they couldn't do, people can move spitefully. I don't think we're moving spitefully, but I know that I've been around people where they can move spitefully if they see you get something and they don't.
That's
true. And at the end of the day, I always try. Really? At the end of the day, I always try, even like when I got into the gifting suite, I made sure that my people were straight. Right. You know, y'all in there physically, but guess what? I still was talking about 24 Live culture. When I was at the party, y'all couldn't get in. Well, Gentel was somewhere else, but King couldn't get in. But I was still talking about 24 Live culture. I was still talking about people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm there doesn't mean that I forget about people, because that's not how I operate.
Yeah. Then we're a team at the end of the day. So if one person wins, we all win. Like it's a win for the team.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. And then you got your own blessing. I didn't get into the party, but I did meet some amazing people outside.
You got to meet Roland Martin, and that was a full circle for you.
I got to meet Mr. Rick Callender. Amazing. Yeah. I got to hang out with Senor Cruz from Family Business. Hey, Senor Cruz, I love you, my boy. Love the hospitality and the love you showed that between me and you. You already know me. I appreciate you, gang, because you didn't have to do none of that. I appreciate you. I honor you. I thank you so much. And the people that I did network with, I gave out my movie. You know, they gave me feedback on my film. I just put it in for a Telly Award. So I got what I was supposed to get. You know what I mean? If I did get the party, I probably would have missed out on this other blessing that I got that's working out for me crazy. So I'm just excited for this whole process. And the biggest thing that you got to understand, what we were all saying, is you got to show up to get blessed.
You got to show up, because you never know what's going to come out of it.
Yeah, everybody's blessed.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's all I want to say. Everybody else's blessing is different. I can't be upset or jealous of what my sister got. I'm happy for her. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for Gentel and everything that everybody got, because we all went together, but then certain portions of it, we had to do this. And it's on purpose, because everybody needs something different. So everybody got what they were supposed to get. So don't be envious of what someone else got. Be happy for them.
Yes.
But the matter was, you were still in the room. Even though you didn't get in the after party, you were still in the room. You were still in the position.
Yeah.
Still placed you in a position. Feel me? And you were still able to get the that you need. So that'll preach.
Yeah, and the room was powerful. Just being in the room, powerful. And if you didn't use being in the room as your advantage, I don't know what you went to the NAACP for. Because like that was really your time to connect with the top people in the industry. Like those little breaks, connect with them. When the show is over and you see them walking in the lobby area, connect with them. Like those were the moments where you can finally, you know, slide a little business card, slide your little pitch, get your picture. Like those were the moments where we could really like make connections.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, let me say this real quick. The host was hating. That joker was hating. That nigga was hating because after a while, why you cutting intermission short? Why you trying to interact with us? No, we need to be networking right now. Commercial break. Like, what are you doing?
So many people up like networking at one point. It was wild.
Yeah, well, he had to lie, because you know how we are. If we say 5 minutes, we gonna take all 5 minutes. So he would say 2:50, giving him a 2 minutes and 50-second break, where, you know what I'm saying, we had a trick about the time. You know when you tell your friends to show up to the party at 9 o'clock, but really don't start till 10 because you know black folks gonna show up late anyway. It wasn't that one. You know.
Right. And then when Leslie sat on the other side of us, Gentel, I was like, I ain't getting up no more, because she ain't finna cuss me out.
Oh yes. Because there was at one point like we just stood still, like we didn't even get up anymore. And then we had Vivica A. Fox sitting right in front of us. I mean, we literally had like everybody was sitting like by us. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was.
I was like row number 5, row number 6.
No, literally.
Yeah. And then it's crazy because like we both seen an article, because I think you sent it to me today, talking about how people was looking for their seats. And it's funny because we both laughed. We're like, we literally saw this happening. Like Vivica didn't know. It was like musical chairs. She didn't know where her seat was. Then people was in their seats. And it was just a hot mess at the beginning, but we got it together.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
definitely musical
we had
chairs.
a hell of an experience, man. It was amazing.
It
Yeah.
was amazing. I can't wait for this next outing. I just know that we got a strong team here at Culture Minute, 24/7 Live Culture, and it's literally only up.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got stuff in the slammer for y'all, and hopefully we'll be releasing, some news soon, but we're gonna keep y'all posted.
Get in.
Amen, friend.
Yes, yes. Well, this has been a good episode of Culture Minute. I am Gentel Sharrie.
I'm Sarina Renee, the one-stop shop.
And it's your boy King Jaquel Martin, actor, director, and I'm about to win an Image Award. Get ready.
Period.